Moldovita Monastery, one of the first painted monasteries that we're going to see in Romania. And I'll tell you the story about why the scenes are on the outside in a little bit.
So, this is, we will try not to be very loud while we are in the monastery because it's still an active monastery. Again, this is a monastery for nuns. We are in Moldovita village. The village received a church around 1410, and it was built by the ruler of Moldavia at that time, known as Alexander the Kind. Unfortunately, during some heavy rains, landslide happened, and the church was destroyed by the end of that 15th century. Few good years after, in 1532, Petru Rares, the ruler of Moldova at that time, none other than one of the sons of Stefan the Great, the one that started all this story with painted monasteries, decided to build another church for this village. So here it is. Initially it was the church, 1532, and then after 5 years, in 1537, the church was painted inside, outside. Also during the reign of Petru Rares, so the same ruler, the walls were built, so it was transformed from a church into a monastery. In that time, there used to be monks under direct Hungarian administration. In 1775, all the monasteries were closed. The church was still active, but there were no monks around to take care of it. The area returned to Romania pretty much to the end of World War II. But then the communist regime came, and they were having no intention of opening again as monasteries. So they were reopened again after 1989. Also after 1989 they start to restore the churches. They had in their mind to repaint everything, but because they couldn't find the exact recipe, they decided not to do it. Also in the meantime, UNESCO spotted them, and it was one of the UNESCO ideas of, if it's something it's missing, leave it like that. Don't refill it with something new because it's going to be spoiled. So what they've done, they just clean the paint from dust on the outside and on the inside of the church too. Also to this one and another one in Humor, they injected some glue between the paint and the wall because it was keep falling down. We have the prophets, the apostles, the martyrs on the second one from the bottom, having all of them crosses in their hands, and then the monks at the bottom layer.
The side without any of the paintings on it is because it always faces north, and it receives the brunt of the terrible, terrible weather, the rains, the snows, etc. Where the side where it's still brilliantly painted is the south. You can see how brilliantly painted the angels still are. The colors are still fresh from all those years.
Right hand side, our right hand side, just above Malcolm and Alison, are the military saints, local ones. Then below these three, at the bottom, below the windows, it is called the Siege of Constantinople. It says that during the Persian army attack, the people in the city started to pray to Virgin Mary. And by miracle, a rain of fire, that you can see it's over there, fell over the Persian army and destroyed it. The city was safe. If we look closer, especially it can be seen at how the archers in the towers are dressed. They are dressed up as Moldavian archers.
The purpose of these painted monasteries was, back in the 1500s, 1600s, the people were illiterate. They couldn't read, they couldn't write, there were no books. So the priests painted scenes, biblical scenes, on the inside of the church first to teach their flock or teach the people about the saints and what had taken place in the Bible. And when the inside of the churches didn't suffice, they began painting along the outside. so that the people would know about the religion and the biblical history and about each and every saint.
And we can see Saint Peter holding the key of heaven, opening the door for everyone that will judge. And on the other side, we're going to have hell. And you can see people here dragged by devils suffering. Then, above the heaven, well, like the next line, the next register, we're going to have the world split in two. On the left-hand side above the heaven, they're going to be the world of the Christians, and then on the right-hand side, the pagans. We can see devils coming out from hell, carrying, well, the scrolls with sins, trying to put as many as possible into the balance so that they will take that soul into the hell.